All right. Hi there, everyone. My name's Nicole. Welcome to our business English class. I am really happy to have all of you joining me from wherever you are. I know you are all busy professionals, so I appreciate you taking the time to learn and improve your English skills for your workplaces. Tonight, our focus is on building your business English vocabulary and understanding some common phrases used in the professional world, which is your workplaces. Remember again, everyone, that effective communication is key to success in any business environment, and that's what we are trying to work here tonight. Let's jump right into the different business terms that you will be introduced today. I will be introducing 30 key business terms for tonight. First up, we have corporate. Again, corporate. When we say corporate, it is related to a company or group of companies. This is its phonetic transcription. So, when we say corporate, we are talking about things that belong to a business or a big group of businesses, like corporate offices or even corporate culture. So that's corporate. When we pronounce corporate, there are three distinct sounds. Here we have first one, core. This sounds like the English word core, as in the center of an apple, for instance. So you start here with your lips slightly rounded, producing a long O sound, like in the door, or more. So it is then followed by a clear R sound, R or R sound, made with the tip of your tongue, curled slightly back. R, R. You combine them with a K sound with a K sound at the beginning. So core, first distinct sound is core. You have K, O, R, core. That's the first distinct sound for corporate. We have this one, or maybe this one. Second sound is this part sounds like per. So we have like corporate, corpor. So this part sounds like per. Your mouth should be relaxed because you will be producing a short sound like sound like in the o in the word other. So that's how you pronounce it. You followed it up by a p sound made by briefly pressing your lips. And then next is we also incorporate because per, which is similar to the end of the word teacher. You put it together, er, per. So that's the second distinct sound for corporate. Lastly, we have eight. This final part often reduces a short E sound followed by a t, like it, like eight. Your mouth starts slightly opening for the short A and you finish with clear T sound. So it is made by touching the tip of your tongue to the ridge behind your upper teeth. So it corporate. So we pronounce it again, this one as corporate. Corporate. Repeat after me. Corporate. Again, corporate. One more time. Corporate. All right. What is corporate again? This is related to a company or a group of companies. You say it as corporate, corporate. Last, corporate. All right. Moving on with the second business term, we have strategy. Strategy. Again, strategy. This is a plan to reach a goal. So, strategy is just figuring out the best way to achieve something, whether it's in the business, it's in your company, or even in your personal life. So it's like a roadmap to success. It's like a method you choose to achieve your desired goal. That is strategy, a plan to reach a goal. You pronounce it as like this. This is its phonetic transcription. We have three distinct sounds also. Strategy. First distinct sound, we have strat, like the word in, there's like strat, there's a combination between consonants S and T, or the sounds st. You pronounce them together, followed by a short sound like in the in cut. So strat, cut, st, str, t, st, r, t, strat, strat, strat. That's the first distinct sound for strategy. We have also the middle part. It's a soft schwa sound, which means that it's like a quick like in the sofa, which should sound relaxed. So G, strat G. So you end the word strategy with the sound G, like as in the energy or in the giraffe, no, the first sound in giraffe. So G, G. So when you put those distinct sounds together, it they will sound like strategy. Strategy. Again, they would sound like strategy. Strategy. For you to for you to follow what I am already discussing, you can see it on your screen, but I'll also take time to share it on the chat box. We've already talked about strategy. I am checking the stream, and is it seeing the word strategy for you? I am not quite sure. I think, yeah, it is. All right. Just to make sure that you are with me, you are following my presentation, so that I what I'm talking about will make sense to you. Okay, what if I am talking about I am talking about strategy, and then on your screen it will already be on revenue or the other words. Anyway, since we're already mentioned, since I've already mentioned about revenue, this is the next word. Let me type it. Yeah, revenue. All right. The next word is revenue. Revenue. Again, revenue. This is the money earned by a business. So when it comes to revenue, it is like the total income a company makes from selling goods, from selling services before any costs or expenses are taken out. So it's all like the money that the business can get before using it for different kind of costs, different kind of expenses. When pronunciating or when enunciating costs, I mean revenue, I'm sorry. When enunciating revenue, there are also three distinct sounds. We have first rev, rev, again, rev, rev, rev. That's the first distinct sound. We also have another quick schwa, reve, eh, eh, revenue, revenue. So it's a very quick vowel sound at the middle part, in the middle part, e, e, revenue, revenue. Next, we have the third distinct sound, new, new, again, new. New as in like the word new. Yeah, it sounds like new. Or you can take it as the first sound with n, and then you, like into, new, new. So you put it all together, um, you put it all together, three different or distinct sounds, you'll get revenue. Revenue, revenue. Make it quick. Revenue, revenue. You should be able to not say these different sounds separately because it is a word, so you should sound like a complete word, not a separate word, not like three different words. You do not say it as revenue, but you say it as revenue. You blend those distinct sounds together so that it makes sense for us that you're trying to say revenue and not revenue. All right? Again, revenue. This is the money earned by a business. Moving on with another word we have here, stakeholder. Again, stakeholder. How do you say it? Stakeholder. Stakeholder is a person or group interested in the company. So, stakeholder can be anyone who has an interest in a business or in your company. It could include investors, you as employees, or even customers, or even the community around it. That's also considered as a stakeholder. So those are like the people interested into your company, like investors, employees, customers. So that's stakeholder. When pronouncing stakeholder, you say it like this. There are three distinct sounds, just like the same previous words. We have first stake, as in the word stake, then hold, as in the word hold, or it also sounds like cold, something like that. Stake, hold, and then lastly is like in the word teacher, or super, er. You put it all together, stake, hold, Again, stake, hold, You make it quick in pronouncing it so that it will blend more. Stakeholder, 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 stakeholder. Again, stakeholder. One last time, stakeholder. All right. Again, stakeholder are those people or group that is interested in your company. Moving on to another word. Yes, we have profit. Again, we have profit. I'm typing it for you. Profit. So profit, this is the money left after paying expenses or the different costs in your company. It is what's left over after a business has paid all its cost, like it includes the rent, it includes the salaries of the employees, and even the bills. So it's the money that the company earns from its work also, plus the costs. So that's profit. When pronouncing profit, there are only two distinct sounds, so it's gonna be much easier. There are two distinct sounds here. First, we have prof. We have pro, prof, prof. Again, prof, as in professor or professional. Prof, prof. Then we also have it. Again, it. So you put it all together, the same process as the ones that were mentioned already earlier. Prof, it, prof, it. You blend it well so that it will sound like a whole word. Prof, it, profit, 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 profit. You blend like the last sound of the first syllable, which is prof, and then with the you blend the you blend the last sound, which is f. You blend it with the first sound of the second syllable, it. So f, ye, f, ye. You blend it, fi, fi. So you get profit. Profit. That's how you say it. Again, profit is the money left after paying expenses. Moving on to another word, we have here deadline. Deadline. Again, deadline. There are also two distinct sounds only here. Deadline. We have first dead, dead. So it has like a soft E sound. Dead. Your jaw is hanging. Dead, dead. All right. It's like bed. Dead, bed. So that's the first sound. We also have line, line. All right. Line. It's like L I N. L I no. L I N. L I N. You combine them together, you'll get line. Line. All right. So there are two distinct sounds as I've mentioned, dead and line. So you combine it together, you'll get deadline. Deadline. Again, deadline. That's the sixth word, which is deadline. This is the latest time something must be finished. So a deadline is like the finish line of a task. It is when something needs to be done and you kind of like have to make sure you complete it by that time, your work or whatever you're doing at that time. That's deadline. All right. Are we all clear with that? Because we will have the next word, which is teamwork. Again, teamwork. Teamwork. All right. Teamwork is working well together. Teamwork. Working well together. Take note together. It could be with your colleagues. Teamwork. Working well together. So when we say about teamwork, it is when people collaborate. You collaborate with your colleagues, for instance. You help each other out because you have like a common goal. So it is all about working together, it is all about sharing ideas and getting things done. So that is teamwork. It's working well together. For pronunciation, there's two distinct sounds. First is team, as in there is a long E sound there. Team, like the word see, but it's team. It's a long E sound in the middle. Team. And then work, work, work. All right. You put it all together. Teamwork, teamwork. Again, teamwork. One last time. Teamwork, teamwork. Working well together. Moving on with productivity. All right. It's a long word, but don't get overwhelmed. Productivity. It's a very simple word. Productivity. Again, productivity. This is how much work is done in a given time. So it also refers to how efficiently something is done. Like how much work can you get done in an hour or a day. So higher productivity, it means that that more work is completed. That's productivity, how much work is done in a given time. For pronunciation, there are, I guess, product. There are four distinct sounds for this particular word. First up, we have pro, o, pro, r, o, pro, pro, pro. Second, duck, duck, duck. There's like a quick sounds in the middle. Duck, duck. Third, tiv, tiv. There is like a T short E sound in the middle. Tiv, and then itty, 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 itty. So there's productive, itty, productivity, productivity. You combine all these distinct sounds of that particular word, we will get productivity, productivity. Again, productivity. So you pronounce it well, productivity. A lot more faster, productivity, or a lot faster, I mean, productivity. Again, productivity. Follow me, productivity. A little bit slower, productivity, productivity. Now faster, productivity, productivity. All right. This is how much work is done in a given time. That is productivity. Moving on to another word, merger, merger. All right. Again, merger. This is when two companies joining as one. So we have company A, company B. They agreed to join together to form one big company. So this is when two separate companies decide to combine into one. It is usually done to become stronger or like more competitive. That is merger. There are two distinct sounds here. We have first mer, as in there's and then as in the word her. So merger, ger as in in giant, and then soft so merger. Again, merger. Excuse me. It also sounds like murder, but then the middle part or the middle sound, d, it changed as j, j. So instead of saying murder, you say merger. Murder, merger. They are almost the same. They're just different at their middle sound. Murder, merger, murder, merger. Again, merger. Follow after me. Merger. Again, merger, merger, merger. Again, this is when two companies decided to join as one to become stronger or more competitive. Moving on to another word, we have growth. Again, growth, growth. Again, growth. Sorry for that. Again, growth. So we have growth. Let me type it in for you. Growth. So growth is increase in size or business. So growth, that is what growing is, growth. You increase in size or business. So you mean here is getting bigger or improving in some way, like in your business, for instance, you expand by gaining more customers or making more sales. That is growth. For pronunciation, we have three distinct sounds here. First, we have gr, 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 like the words, like the sounds g, r, g, r, g, eh, k, k, r, k, r. You combine that together, you'll have k, gr, gr, gr. The next is o, as in the word go. Then we have the soft th sound. I don't know if you can hear me well, but like in theta, like theta, that's it. So you combine it all together, you'll get growth. Again, growth is increase in size or business. Moving on with innovation. Innovation are new ideas or methods. So let me type it in. Let me type it in for you. This innovation again are new ideas or methods. So this is about being creative, being about coming up with new ideas, products, or solutions to problems in your company. It helps your business, it helps your company become like fresh and ahead of their games. So that's innovation. You create something new that is beneficial to your company. And innovation, that follow after me when you say it. E, in, I mean in, based on the phonetic transcription. The first one is in, no, in, no, they, like a, but you have like the sound at the start. They, then shun, like you use the sound from shoe, for example. Shun, innovation. E, no, ve, shun. E, no, ve, shun. Again, e, no, ve, shun. You combine all those sounds, you'll get innovation. Innovation. Repeat after me. Innovation. A little bit slower so that you can follow well. Innovation. Innovation. A lot faster this time. Innovation. Again, innovation. So that's innovation. Moving on to another word, we have sustainability. Again, sustainability. It's another long word, but don't get overwhelmed. This is very simple. Sustainability. It is when using resources carefully for future use. So it is about making sure that the way you use the resources in the company today, you use it today, for example, it does not harm the environment or it does not make it harder for future generations to use them. So that's sustainability. That is something that should be a priority in a company or any kind of workplaces. Sustainability, making sure that our resources today, how we use our resources today, does not harm the environment or the future. Sustainability. There's like five distinct sounds that we can have from this. Let's start with the first one. Sust, 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 ain, sustain, sustainability, sustainability, sustainability. Again, follow after me. If it makes you feel much more help, if it will be very helpful to you. Um, look at my mouth, how the shape of my mouth is formed when I say the different sounds of this particular word. Sus, tain, tain, sustainability, sustainability, sustainability. Okay, repeat after me. Sustainability. Again, sustainability. All right. A lot faster this time so that it will sound like a word. Sustainability. All right. That is, again, sustainability. So that is sustainability. Repeat one more time for me, please. Sustainability. All right. Moving on to another word we have here, benchmark. Benchmark. Two distinct sounds, as you've noticed. Benchmark. It's a lot faster to say it, benchmark. But you can also say it as benchmark. So this is a standard for comparing performance. So when we say benchmark, it is a point of reference you use to measure or compare how well something is performing, like comparing a company's sales to others in the industry. So that is benchmark. It is standard for comparing performance. You compare your company's sales to others in the industry. That is benchmark. Again, I've mentioned earlier that there's two distinct sounds that we can get from this word. First, bench, bench, and then mark, benchmark. Very easy, right? Again, benchmark. Follow after me, benchmark. Say it a lot faster this time, benchmark, benchmark. All right. Moving on to another word, we have here synergy. Again, synergy, synergy. Uh, is that clear? Synergy. Is the word clear? It is synergy. So when we say synergy, it is working together to achieve more than alone. All right. So this is when two things or people or you and your colleague, you work together and then create a result that is bigger or better than what individual results could have done on their own. So that is synergy. You collaborate with your colleague so that the results will be much bigger than when you work it on your own. That's synergy. The pronunciation here we have first sin, sin. Again, sin. There's like a short E sound in the middle. Sin, sin. Next, er. Again, synergy, G, G. You combine all these together, you'll get synergy. Again, synergy. Repeat after me. Synergy. A little bit slower. Synergy. Sorry. Synergy. Again, synergy. So that is synergy. Working together to achieve more than alone. Moving on to another word we have here, outsourcing. Again, outsourcing, outsourcing, outsourcing. This is when hiring external help for work. So this is when a company hires another company or people or an employee outside of their business to do some of the work for them, like customer service, for instance, or it is also common in IT support. Something like that, that is outsourcing. You hire external help for work. When we say external help, this is the help that we can get outside from the company. That is outsourcing. Repeat after me. First, out, out, and then soar, soar. Look at my mouth. Look at how it is formed by the time I mentioned or I said the different distinct sounds so that it can help you. Out, soar, sing. Again, out, soar, sing. One more time. Out, soar, sing. All right, let's add all of that together. Outsourcing, outsourcing. A little bit faster. Outsourcing, outsourcing. All right, very good. Moving on to another one, we have here compliance. Again, compliance. This is when you follow rules and laws inside the company. It is the means that the company used to make sure that you follow all the rules, you follow all the laws, you follow all the regulations that apply to the company. Now it is like making sure everything is legal and proper. That is compliance. Again, comply, compliance, compliance, compliance. A little bit faster, compliance. Repeat after me, compliance. Again, compliance, 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 compliance. All right, following rules and laws. Great job. Let's have another one here. We have Another word, fiscal. Again, fiscal, fiscal. Two distinct word, these two distinct sounds we have here. Fiscal. This is related to money, especially taxes. Fiscal refers to anything dealing with financial matters, so it includes budgeting, it includes taxes or government spending. That is fiscal. It is all about money management. Again, fiscal, fiscal. First sound, fis, followed by call. Fiscal, fiscal. You combine it together, we have fiscal, fiscal. A little bit faster now. Fiscal. All right. Fiscal. All right. That's a good job. Moving on to another word we have here. I hope okay, I can still be seen. I'm just checking. All right. We have portfolio. We're already halfway through our um, session. All right. Again, here we have portfolio. 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 It is a collection of work or investment. So it is more of like, as it mentioned, it is a collection of an individual or like the company's best work or investments, like a designer's portfolio or a business's investment portfolio. So this is portfolio, a collection of work or investments. Again, well, how do we say this? We have portfolio, portfolio. You combine them, portfolio, portfolio, portfolio. All right. Moving on to this one. We have market share. Again, market share. There are two words in here, but there are only three distinct sounds making this word, this particular term, market share. Market share. Market share. The sounds are very separated to each other, so it's I think it will be much easier to you to pronounce it because there are no parts or there are no sounds that you need to really blend the different sounds inside that particular word because it's very separate. Like if you've noticed, take note of this. Market. It's very separate, diba? It's very separate. It's not blending the and k, the and k sounds. So it's very separate to each other. Market share. So I think it will be much easier for you to pronounce this term. Now, when we say market share, this is the part of sales a company has in the market. So this is the percentage of like the total sales in a market that the company controls. So the higher the market share is, the more dominant the company is in that space. So that's what market share means. Let's repeat it one more time. Market share. Again, market share. Moving on to another word, we were already discussing about 20 words now, 10 more to go. We have leverage. Repeat after me. Leverage. Again, leverage. Leverage is using resources to get a better result. So it is all about using what you already have, like money, time, or even assets, just to get even better results or advantages. It's like making the most of what you've got or making the most out of your resources. That is leverage, leveraging, or like leverage, using resources to get a better result. Leverage. Repeat after me. leverage, leverage. Again, leverage. A little bit slower so that you can follow. Leverage. You blend the sounds well together so that it will make sense how this particular word is enunciated. We will have leverage, 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 leverage. So that's how you pronounce this word. Leverage, using resources to get a better result. Moving on to another word, it's also a long word. We have diversification. Again, diversification. Are you following me? Diversification. This is adding different products or services. So yeah, this is when a company expand into new areas where they offer different products or services just to reduce risk and find new opportunities. This is diversification. Again, diversification. Repeat after me. Die. Again, die. Ver. Diver. See. See. Diversify. Diversify. Fee. K. K. Like okay. K. Diversification. Shun as in shoe with n sound. Diversification. Again, diversification. Diversification. All right, diversification. So that there are a lot of distinct sounds from that word, but you will say it as, again, this is diversification. All right. Moving on with another word, we have here capital. Again, this is capital. There are three distinct sounds for this particular word, but let's define it first. Capital is the money or assets for a business. So this is like the money or the resources a business needs to operate, to start, to grow, to invest in new opportunities. It can be a cash, it can be an equipment, or even intellectual property is a capital. So that's capital, money or assets for a business. For pronunciation, we have cup, first sound, cup, e. We have a short e sound here. Cup, e, tal. Cup, e, tal. Cup, e, tal. You blend it well, you blend all these sounds well, you'll get capital, 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 capital. Again, capital, capital, a little bit faster so that it will make sense for us. Capital, capital. All right. Capital, again, is the money or assets for a business. That is capital. Moving on to this word, we have efficiency. Again, efficiency. Are you following me? This is efficiency. This is, when we say efficiency, this is working in a simple and effective way. Again, efficiency. This is doing tasks in the most effective way possible, where you have the least amount of time or resources to get the best results. That is efficiency, working in a simple and effective way. Again, simple but effective way. That is efficiency. For pronunciation, we have first F, F. We have F like bad, F, bad. So we have F, then fee, fee, then shun, shun, shin. Lastly, C, C. Let's try to combine them together. We have efficiency, 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 efficiency. Again, efficiency, efficiency, efficiency. That is, again, efficiency. Moving on to another word we have here, forecast. Let's have the next one, forecast. All right, forecast. This is a prediction about the future. All right, so this is when a company predicts what might happen in the future, like sales numbers, weather, or market trends to help make better decisions. So this is when the company this is the company's expectations of the performance of the company itself. This is a prediction about the future sales, about the future market trends. So that is forecast. You forecast something. You predict something. For pronunciation, there are two distinct sounds. We have four, just like the number four, but it's a little bit softer. It's a little bit more round when you say it. Your mouth is a little bit more round when you say it, like four, or it it sounds the same with core. Four, four, forecast. Very easy, right? Forecast, because the distinct sounds are really separated from each other. You don't need some blending to really say the word properly. You have forecast. Again, forecast. All right. Forecast, again, is a prediction about the future. Next, we have here inventory. 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 A little bit slower. Inventory. But the proper way to say this, you should say it a lot faster, a little bit faster. You'll say inventory. 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 When we say inventory, it is a list of items available for sale or use. So this is like the total amount of goods, the total amount of products a company has, whether it is for selling, whether it is for production, or whether it is for offering services. That is inventory. We have four distinct sounds for this particular word. We have first, in. We have a short e sound here, in, in, van. So van, there's a short e sound as in bed. Invent, to, t. It is not well spoken as, well enunciated as o. So it's between o and a, t. Invento. Again, to. It's like a schwa sound because it's between o and a. So t, t. It's neither o, it's neither a. So t. Lastly, re, re, re. Long e sound. Re. We combine them together, we'll get inventory. Inventory. You notice the t, t. It's a schwa sound. It's what we call a schwa sound. It's like a quick sound, something like that. Inventory. Inventory. Inventory, again, is a list of items available for sale or use. Moving on to another word, turnover. We have turnover. This is the total sales or money coming in Okay, this refers to the word turnover. It refers to the total revenue, to the total sales that a business generates over a certain period, like a year or a quarter. That is turnover. Again, what is it? Turnover. For pronunciation, repeat after me, follow after me. We have three distinct sounds for this particular word. First, turn. Turn, as in like burn. So turn, turn. It's not torn, it's also not turn, but it's turn. It's in between O and A sound. Turn. If you notice my mouth, it's almost like a line, but not like really a line. It's almost there. Turn, turn. Again, turn. Second O. Turn over, turn over, turn over, turn over. That is turnover. One last time, turnover. All right. Moving on to this one. We have liability. What is it? Liability. Again, liability. This is a legal responsibility for money owed. All right. This is the money a company or an individual, for instance, it is the money they owe, like debts or loans. So that's liability. It's a responsibility that needs to be paid off. That is liability. Repeat after me. Lie. First sound, lie, a, bill, it. Lie, a, bill, it. Again, lie, a, bill, it. You blend the words, you blend the sounds together so that you will get liability. Liability, 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 liability. Again, liability. All right. Next, we have dividend. Dividend. All right. Dividend. This is a share of the profits paid to shareholders. This is a payment made to shareholders of a company, usually from the company's profits. So it is a way of rewarding people who own the stocks in the company. Dividend. Again, dividend. This is a share of the profits paid to shareholders. You pronounce it as these distinct sounds. Div, first div, div, short E sound in the middle, div, another short E sound after div, E, E, and then dent, dividend, 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 dividend. You combine these distinct sounds and blend it well so that you'll sound like dividend, dividend, dividend. A little bit faster, dividend. All right, that is again dividend. A share of the profits paid to shareholders. Next, here is another word, acquisition. Again, acquisition. All right, repeat after me. Acquisition. Again, acquisition. One more time, acquisition. When we say acquisition, this is buying or taking control of another company. Again, this is buying or taking control of another company. This is when one company they buy or like they take control of another company, which is often to grow or to improve its position in the market. That is acquisition. You buy another company. Acquisition. There are four distinct sounds here. First, ak, ak, ak. Then, qui, qui, qui. Then, si, shon, acquisition, acquisition, acquisition. Combine them together, acquisition, acquisition. acquisition. It's very the e sound in C is really short, like acquisition, acquisition. Yes, that is it. Acquisition again is buying or taking control of another company. Let's have the last word for this session. Last business term we have here infrastructure. Again, how do we say this? Infrastructure. When we say infrastructure, this is the basic systems and services a business needs. This is when we say this is the services a company needs to function, like computers, buildings, or even transportation. It's like the foundation of a business. You cannot operate the company without this. You need all of this, all of the things I've mentioned earlier, like um, the building, the computers, so that all of that are included or are considered as infrastructure, basic systems and services a business needs, the foundational part that should not be disregarded. All right. When we pronounce this particular word, we will get four distinct sounds. First, in. Again, in. Then fra, fra. Then struck, struck. And then tour. Infrastructure, 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 infrastructure. Repeat after me. Infrastructure. Again, infrastructure. A little bit slower. Infrastructure. All right. Are we all clear with that? Again, infrastructure refers to basic systems and services a business needs. That is infrastructure. All right, everyone. We have now covered 30 important business English vocabulary words and our business terms. I am very much happy you did a great job today. I hope this session has given you like a good foundation and some practical tools for your professional communication in your workplaces, in your respective workplaces. Remember to practice the words that we've practiced earlier so that you will get more comfortable in using them in your workplaces. Thank you all so much for joining me tonight for our business English class. I truly appreciate your active participation in the chat. Keep practicing these words and everyone so that you won't be afraid to use them in your daily work, because the more you use them, the more natural they will become to you. So I hope this session you found it valuable. Have a productive week ahead, and I look forward to seeing you in our next class. Good night, everyone. Would you like to like read all the words before we stop the session? There's like 2 minutes left, I guess. We'll consume that to read all the words just to for you to check if you are following me. All right. This is gonna be very fast, so follow right after me. We have first corporate. Again, corporate. Strategy, strategy. Revenue, revenue. Stakeholder, stakeholder. Profit, profit. Deadline, deadline. Teamwork, teamwork. Productivity, productivity. Merger, merger. Growth, growth. Innovation, innovation. Sustainability, sustainability. Benchmark, benchmark. Synergy, synergy. Outsourcing, outsourcing. Compliance, compliance. Fiscal, fiscal. Portfolio, portfolio. market share, market share, leverage, leverage, diversification, diversification, capital, capital, efficiency, efficiency, forecast, forecast, inventory, inventory, turnover, turnover, liability, liability, dividend, dividend, acquisition, acquisition, infrastructure, infrastructure. And those are all the words that you've learned today. I hope you use them more in your workplaces so that it will be more natural for you um, in the future. So I hope you find this session valuable, everyone. Again, have a productive week ahead. Goodbye and good night, everyone.